Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw. As you can see, guys, we are back in the old spot yet again. For some reason, I would use this wall during my videos talking about albums. Like, okay, well, this album's up here. The next album, it's down here. It's not as good as that one. But the next album after this one's like way up here. I don't know why I thought it was smart. I was dumb back then. I'm still dumb now, so nothing's changed. Anyways, guys, as you can tell by the title of this video, it is time to announce my final Q&A. So it's time for you guys now to go down in the comment section below and ask me the final questions you want to ask me. There is one thing that I do want to say before you go down there and start typing your questions. The one thing is only up to 3 questions. If you ask 4 or more, I will say please remove 1 question or whatever. Just keep it down to just 3 questions and I'm good. I know there'll probably be a lot of people that will be commenting and all this stuff, asking questions, so I don't want it to be like a billion questions. Only up to 3 questions per person, you know, per your comment. Only up to 3 questions. After that, I don't care what you say. You know, even if you want to just post a huge long paragraph and you don't want to ask any questions, that's fine. But as long as it's only up to 3 questions, I have no issue with whatever you type. You could type a huge long paragraph saying how you hate my videos and you're glad that I'm leaving. I will read it during one of the videos, whatever part it's going to be a part of when I split these things off, depending on how many questions and how many comments I get. So you can even post that. You can post a huge long paragraph saying I suck. That's fine. I'll read it on the freaking video, whatever part it shows up. Or if you want to post a huge long paragraph, and then at the end of the paragraph, after I read it for like 5 minutes, there's 3 questions, I will still answer those 3 questions because you still kept in the one thing that I said, which was 3 questions. Now, you can just type whatever you want and not ask questions. That's fine too. Just as long as there's 3 questions, if you want to ask questions up to those 3 questions, I have no issue with what you want to say. You know, this is the time for you guys to say whatever you want and ask whatever you want, because it's the ending, the last Q&A. And after this, you know, unless you move on to the next channel, which some of you haven't, which is fine, then this is the end. And then, you know, I'm going to be moving on to something else, and you guys will be moving on to something else, whatever. So, you know, it's the end of Chainsaw. We're winding down. We're almost at the end. And this is the last thing that this was the last, and this is the last thing I wanted to do, you know, because we still have a goodbye video where I want to say goodbye and say all these things and blah, blah, blah. It'll be the end. But this is the last thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to give you guys one last Q&A, because to the people that subscribed yesterday, or to the people that subscribed 2012 when I used this wall, you know, you have a right to ask me whatever you want or say whatever you want in the end. You know, it's down to the end. You guys have a right to type whatever you want, a huge long paragraph, 2 sentences, up to 3 questions, you know, and you have an opportunity to do that today. And if you do see a question that you wanted to ask and it was repeated, then think of something else. You know, the questions don't have to be about metal. It can be about whatever you want to ask me. You know, I'll make sure I put that in the description so people can see that, because we're already 3 minutes in and people already probably typed their questions and moved on at this point. But, you know, that's what's going to happen. You know, up to 3 questions, type whatever you want, and that's it. The questions can be about whatever you want to ask me. You go ahead and ask, and I will answer, you know. So if you see a question that you were going to ask and it was already asked, just think of something else, or just only have 2 questions. It doesn't matter. Regardless, you will see the answer to the question if it's already posted. I will answer everybody's questions and read everybody's thing they want to type out for me, because, you know, you have a say in what you want to say to me, and you have a right for me to read it out for people to hear it forever and ever and ever whenever they discover my channel. You know, people discover my channel 3 years later. If they see that video and they will hear what you were saying 3 years ago to me, and I was reading it out and say, this guy had this to say. Like, hypothetically, okay, well, metal 4447, some random person types, you're a piece of shit. I read it out. Now, people 3 years from now will see that this guy thought I was a piece of shit 3 years ago. So whatever you want to say, people will hear it. People will see it. And, you know, it will be in the Chainsaw history. At this point, at the end of Chainsaw's life on his reviewing YouTube channel, somebody said, he's a piece of shit. Or, you're an awesome reviewer. Trust me, I'm not an awesome reviewer. Hypothetical. But whatever you want to say to me, whatever 3 questions you want to ask me, or just 2 or 1 question, whatever the questions are, doesn't matter what topic they are, ask them away now. Type it down in the comment section below. I'm very excited to see what you guys ask me and say to me. And I'll be reading everybody's thing. And as you guys know, I go from first questions to last. So if you get your question in, if you get your 3 questions and whatever you want to say after, or nothing at all, just 3 questions or whatever, first, you'll be the first person to get your questions and whatever you say or nothing at all read first and answered first. That's how it goes. And I'm going to stick with it. So make sure you get your questions in as fast as you can. Make sure you get in whatever you want to say to me as fast as you can, so you can hear it first within, you know, the parts when I start splitting them off from like 13-minute videos. So they'll be pretty long, but, you know, I need to be splitting them off because I don't want to be making 30, 45, 50 an hour long video. Ain't going to happen. Anyways, guys, I'm done rambling. I'm done talking. And I'll be answering your questions a week from today. So this is the 13th now, December. So the next Saturday, I will start answering your questions part 1, part 2, and however long until we're done. And then I'll make the final goodbye video, and then Chainsaw is done. So anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Can't wait to see what you guys post down in the comment section. I can't wait. Anyways, guys, peace.